Overnight, Vice President Kamala Harris arrived in Germany for a crucial conference with Western allies where ending Russia's invasion of Ukraine is front and center. And next week, President Biden will also visit Poland to mark 1 year since that war began. The U.S. has committed more than $27 billion to help Ukraine fight Russia, in addition to providing training and intelligence for Ukrainian soldiers on the ground. And joining me now to talk more about the Ukrainian war and the American part of that is Lieutenant General William Boykin, who also served as the Deputy Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence under President George W. Bush. Lieutenant General, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me on your program.
So the U.S. is training Ukrainian Army, Ukrainian soldiers. I find this interesting, though. They're training them to be more efficient, I guess. They're training them to use fewer artillery shells. And I'm just sort of wondering if this shows that the end of U.S. support is coming eventually, and they're preparing the Ukrainians to be without the ongoing train of supplies from the U.S. into Ukraine.
Clearly, that is a factor in this whole thing. But even with the United States Army, it is fundamental to train them on fire discipline, on conservation of ammunition, and what's not getting enough, I guess, light shined on it is maneuver warfare. In other words, rather than standing off with artillery and missiles and firing over the next ridge line, hoping you're going to hit somebody, you actually begin to maneuver your units into a position where they can get a much better angle and they can be more lethal against the enemy. And this is what the Ukrainians have fallen into, is a pattern of just standing off and shooting artillery and missiles, and that is coming. I'm afraid that's coming at a real cost, and that cost is that we're running out of ammunition among those 50 nations that are supporting the Ukraine.
Well, and I know that air support would help you figure out where exactly the enemy is, but they don't have that at this point, and they've been asking for F-16s. But I do wonder, too, if we are training them to be more efficient with the ammo that we give them, are we concerned, as I've heard many critics say, that we are running out of our own stockpile in trying to fuel Ukraine's war?
I don't think there's any question about that. And that's not only on the military side, it's on the civilian side, because at least one of the major manufacturers, premium ammunition, has actually donated, and they did this last year. They've donated over 1 million rounds to the Ukraine, and of course that takes away from ammunition that is on our markets, and that's one of the reasons, not the entire reason, but one of the reasons that ammunition has been in such short supply, and people have had to wait for long periods to be able to get the ammo that they needed for sporting type things, hunting and just shooting in general.
Well, so how much training do you think the Ukrainians need from us? Because it sounds like even though we don't have American boots on the ground firing weapons, operating tanks, et cetera, it sounds like there's plenty of people there that are training and making sure this war goes a certain way. And I'm just kind of wondering if that goes away, too, along with maybe the money and the ammo that we're giving them.
Well, the nation is becoming more divided over the issue of Ukraine now, and even some who were supportive of them in the first 6 months or so, particularly on the conservative side, there are more and more that are saying, okay, we can't continue to do this. We can't do this forever. And I was just listening to a couple of guys yesterday that are well known talking about this very issue. And yes, it is a burden on us, especially at a time when we have a $31 trillion debt for this country. So I think that people are recognizing that this is unsustainable. But at the same time, we've got to look at the cost of not being able to support the Ukraine. And part of that cost could come at the fact that if Putin takes Ukraine and then winds up going into the Baltics or into Romania or into Poland or one of those, that automatically triggers a Article 5, which means that an attack on one is an attack on all under the NATO Charter, and we're going to be at war on the continent of Europe fighting with our allies.
We're trying to prevent World War III and also trying to stop from causing World War III ourselves by being too involved. It's certainly a tough balance to strike. But General William Boykin, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for your insight.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.